Hello, welcome to the WTF series. People have asked me for a while throughout my life, adult life, at any rate, whether I meditate in some particular way. And just this morning, it finally occurred to me what they're really saying when they say, Halbert, do you meditate? Do you have some type of practice? Um, I think it's a polite way that people have been saying to me, Halbert, what the hell goes on in your mind? What goes on in there? How does that work? Just generally, can you share? And I think that that's really what's being asked. Um, so I thought maybe just give the people what they want. And I was watching this Joe Rogan video recently with an interview with a couple people doing news podcast type thing, and it was really kind of funny because of the way the theme of it was getting real with audiences and not being pretentious at all. And you had these two news people looking up to Joe Rogan so much as an icon and as a father of this type of podcasting that they couldn't hardly be themselves because they wanted to be like Joe so much. And I thought, boy, this is just rich as can be. And it went on like for an hour that way. So I wanted to take my own lessons from it and give them to you best as I can. And so, as you can see now, the idea here is maybe I'm going to try doing some videos in the morning, what's going on inside my head kind of stuff, because quite frankly, that's when my head is the most interesting, is in the morning. And a lot of reasons for that. One of them I want to share with you today is I did this video, it's number part 5 in the Education 101 series. And I talked a bit about what it was like growing up in rural Pennsylvania and the difficult work that we had to do with hides, cow and deer hides and such like that. And I don't want to leave you with the impression, as much as I did have my own particular relationships to the challenges of life, that, I was so alone in all of this, because really the whole culture there in rural Pennsylvania, where I grew up, is so different than what we're dealing with today. When I grew up, adult men would say to grade school children, so what are you good for? What are you good for? And they're like perfectly serious. They knew they were messing with you because you were a child, but they were also perfectly serious in that they wanted you as a child to start thinking in terms of what are you good for? This is not the attitude I see today so much. It's a lot more coddling than that. And I'm not sure that it's doing children or adults much good. Now, maybe there is a more tactful way to get the lesson imparted than what I experienced as a child, but the lesson's still the lesson, however it's taught. It isn't, devalued because someone says it this way or that way. You know what I mean, I'm sure. And so when I get up in the morning, getting older as I am, the first issues are like, oh, it's my body. Oh, and I'm going to keep my hair short so that I can do these videos in the morning before I shower, when I still feel like my face is falling off of my skull and hairs are coming out all over the place like crazy where they shouldn't, sort of, and aren't as much in the back here where they kind of should, especially when it's sunny in the summer. And so I'm just trying to figure out how to deal with the meat sack that I got. It's always been a challenge on certain levels, and I got to get past it so that I can figure out, what am I good for? So that's basically how my mind works. I can think sophisticated and complex thoughts, but I try not to do that when it isn't necessary. So the first thing is to keep it simple and go, okay, what am I good for? And so it's led to a bunch of your ranch book stuff and all of that, but it really came from that basic, simple lesson I got as a child from all the adult men around me. The women didn't say that to me. The men said that to me. And not just me, they said it to everyone. That was the culture. That's what I grew up with. That's how my mind works. How's your mind work? Good morning.